my gems, and welcome back to part 2 of my alleged stalker experience. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we are going to get started on everything that I want to talk about in regards to the previous video. If you haven't watched part 1, you need to go watch part 1 of this video, okay? And then you come back to this one and you will understand everything that I'm saying over here on this end, okay? First things first, y'all, I have some notes, okay? So I wanted to address some things in regards to the first video. There were some concerns that you guys had, some questions that you guys had, and of course, we want to go ahead and we want to address all of that, okay? Planet Mimi TV, I salute you, okay? Black Diamond and Pearls, I salute you. Thank you guys so much for allowing my video to play on your platform. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to acknowledge a woman in distress. You both came with, it's just what it is. We're not judging. We're not making a decision. We're just going to put this message out there. And sometimes God put his right people in place to do exactly what needs to be done. And I see you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to all of your subscribers who checked it out and who wished me well. I would have to say, at least 99% of the people who saw that video agreed with what it was that I presented. Whether some felt, oh, maybe you reached a little bit here or there, but you presented more than enough for me to see that there was enough evidence to show there was some truth to what was being said. There was a 0.5% that felt some type of way, that felt like, okay, girl, you are the psycho. You are the one who is crazy in this situation. You are the one who is delusional. You were entitled to your opinion, okay? There is no hate over here, you guys. This is my story. This is my experience. I did unsubscribe to Gina over a year ago. It wasn't until recently when the commentary channels started reporting about her recent marriage. And Gina released a video that she titled Surprise. And in that video, Gina quoted everything I have said in a live or in one of my vlogs. But it was just when I saw that marital bliss that came up, and when she made that video and quoted all of my words, all of my saying, and made it her story. Like, oh, I married my best friend and we've been together. We've been like this since. I'm like, come on, like enough is enough, right? At some point you just get fed up and you get tired and you got to take your life back. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Jennifer, I apologize to you for the way that I addressed you on that vlog. And I apologize for even including you in that vlog. Now, listen, there is a video that I can do strictly for Miss Jennifer, but I'm not even going to go there with it, okay? I'm just going to keep it as is. This was Gina's turn, and I should have left it strictly at Gina. So for that reason right there, Miss Jennifer, I do apologize for referring to you as her pet. I do apologize for including you in that video, okay? So next up, Scorpios, y'all, okay? Last thing I want to do is get stung, okay, by them dang on tails of y'all. Listen, Scorpio, Gina is a Scorpio, okay? She is one of y'all, right? This is how she's representing y'all. I made a statement where I said that's what I don't like about Scorpios, that they're sneaky. That is just my belief from my experience with Scorpios. I have nothing against Scorpios. I do love Scorpios. I love the higher aspect of y'all. And each sign has its highs and lows, okay? So it was nothing directed towards Scorpios or anything of that nature. I salute y'all Scorpios, okay? So there's no beef. Hopefully there's all love when it comes to Scorpios, all right? Next up, I want to address New Yorkers. Like, New York was like, hold up. You know, Siren, we ain't did nothing to you. York, I had a crazy experience when I went there. And I'm a good old Southern girl, okay? I'm from the bottom. And we're like kind of slow and calculated. And, you know, we get the city version of us is a little, you know, mid. But, you know, when I went to New York, y'all, I went to just particular stores. There was so much that I didn't record when I went to New York. But I went to certain stores and they were like over me, like, you know, I'm at the register trying to, you know, count money and pull out my card at the same time. And they was like jumping in front of me like, oh, you're not ready. And you know what I'm saying? I had the craziest experience. Also, while we were sitting in the truck, we're literally like looking through the GPS trying to put in an address to our next destination. And like this guy was literally trying to get in our truck, like while we're sitting in the truck. Now it was about something in the morning. It was dark and the truck was sitting there, but I'm like, so we had to like skedaddle off, you know what I'm saying? We like, what the? So it was just a lot going on and like nobody had any empathy. It was very rushed. It was very like, rah, rah, you know what I'm saying? It was just a little too crazy for me. The energy was a little too fast. Honestly, it gave like DMX. I love DMX, but it gave, you know what I'm saying? Ha, ha, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh my God, okay, hold on. You know, let me figure it out. You have no time. Like, you better get in and get out the way. It was just like that. So that was my experience as to why I was like, oh, New York, like y'all too fast for me. So no beef with New York. All right. Period. And what? Who gonna check me, boo? Why I made the video. A lot of people were asking, why is it that you made this video? Like, are you trying to get clout? Are you trying to increase your followers? Like, are you trying to be petty and messy and things of that nature? A lot of people were saying, if you're an influencer, why are you mad that you're influencing someone? And I want to clarify that I will never influence anyone to become obsessed with me. I would never influence anyone to hate themselves so much that they want to be other people. That's not what I influence people to do. If you guys watch my vlogs and or my lives, you will see I'm a very big motivational speaker. I teach people to love themselves, how to love themselves, and also how to experience love from others around them. Anyone who come in contact with my channel is definitely going to grow in some way, shape, or form because I'm always projecting the highest of my light to the audience. I didn't want to make this video out of anger. I had been angry or frustrated with this situation for years. Like, it doesn't feel comfortable to make a vlog, put your creativity on a platform, and then another channel comes and just take everything you just said and did and present it to their audience as if it's their own. That doesn't feel good. Plagiarism never feels good for someone to take what you did and use it, you know, and make money because that channel is a paid channel, okay? So that's why I made the video, to put this message out there, because I have so many channels that we all consider the smaller channels that have said there are so many content creators out here that are stealing from me as well. There are so many content creators that are, you know, watching my shorts, watching my vlogs, and we need a voice. You know, those of us who are kind of just starting out, you know, we need a voice as well. Somebody has got to stand up for us. We can't have everybody looking at us like we're like not valuable because of our numbers are not that big. We are women, we are mothers, we are wives, we are baby mamas, we are girlfriends, we are daughters. You know what I'm saying? And we put in our hard work and effort just like everybody else. Not to not be recognized. Who don't want to be recognized for their work? Okay, so I made this video as a voice for what it is that's going on. And unfortunately for me, it was a personal experience, which is where God always brings me from, you know, a personal experience. He always say, your test is a testimony, okay? Turn your test into a testimony. And that's exactly what it is that I'm doing. I do feel like smaller YouTubers or smaller creators do need a voice out here. Something needs to be heard and said about what it is that's going on. And we need to hold these bigger channels accountable. Wrong is wrong, period. I don't care how you say it, okay? So there was no malice in the making of this video or that video. It was time for what needed to be said, and I said it, point blank, period, okay? So no, I was not looking for clout, okay? Let me see. What did I learn from this experience? Honestly, to gatekeep my life. Well, I need to just keep some things to myself. You know, some things I can put out there, some things I don't. Like when I go on my detoxes and stuff like that, I would say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Kind of like when I did my, my 40-day detox, and then all of a sudden she turned it into a, 75 hard, it's like, oh, I got to do it, but I got to make it, something else. It's like, okay, it's all right for you to be influenced by somebody. That is fine. I have no problem with people who are influenced by anything that I do. That's the whole point of us putting our lives out there for people to see what it is that we do. And some people are going to grasp it and some people are not. But it's never okay to tap into somebody's life to the point where you're copying everything that they do. That is no longer being influenced. Y'all, that's not healthy. That is not being influenced. There's a thin line between being influenced and being obsessed, okay? And to me, this particular situation gave obsession as opposed to influence, okay? So there were some areas where a few of you felt I was reaching, okay? Let me discuss that. You guys were saying, hey girl, everybody comes to New York and get pizza. Everybody does that. Like, how can you say she's copying you? You guys, I want you to see it from a different perspective, okay? First of all, this woman had been to New York numerous times. This was not her first hoorah on the New York train. She had been to New York several times. And not only that, she has stated in the past that she does not care for pizza. I promise you, you never see her eat pizza, okay? Never see her eat pizza. So when I said, oh, she copied me, it's because if somebody do it because you're doing it, okay? If it was natural for her to go to New York and get pizza, that's natural. But I don't feel that it was sincere and it was genuine. I feel like it was very calculated because she overdid the pizza. And when I went, that's what I did. I went to different pizza spots, and I said I want to just eat New York pizza. That's all I wanted to do while I was there was eat New York pizza. I'm going all the way to New York just for a big ass slice of pizza or a slice of pizza. That's just what I want. And it was like, that's all, she made it about was this whole pizza thing, this whole just pizza the entire time. So that's why I was like, okay. The other video where she went off on the young lady, you guys were like, oh, she wasn't going off on you. She was going off on the lady who said she didn't lose weight. Okay, let me explain how I saw that situation, okay? And I'm going to say it to y'all like this. Let's say you and I are friends. We're besties, right? And I call you and I say, hey girl, I had a flat tire today. I done bust my tire, girl. I had to call Tyrone and he came up here and fixed it for me. And you like, oh, okay, friend. Well, I'm glad you got it fixed, girl. That's good. I'm glad Tyrone came up there and fixed it for you. And next thing you know, let's say 3 weeks later, y'all at an event together, right? And let's say she get into it with somebody. And in the midst of her in this argument, she calls the girl broke, busted, and disgusted. Oh, you broke B. If you bust a tie today, you probably ain't got no money to fix it. You probably got to call your boyfriend. You gonna be sitting there like, wait, so you calling me broke? That's how I took it. Coincidentally, I had just put up a vlog, y'all. The vlog that went out, when that vlog went out, I believe she went on this trip probably like 3 weeks later, if you look at the timing of it. So I don't know if she watched that vlog on her way while she was on the airplane. She could have been watching that vlog while she was on the plane. Maybe that's why it was fresh on her mind. So I'm not sure, but I found that quite strange. When you read somebody, you're not going to say, if you busted a tie today, you probably got to call your man or your boy. Like, no one says that in a read. So that's why I say I felt like I was in the crossfire of that. I didn't say she was talking to me at that time like she was going off on me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my situation, allegedly, according to me, was in the crossfire of that conversation, of that argument during that time. Another one was the gas station, okay? A lot of you, well, not a lot of you, somebody said, oh, that's like that was just a game that they were playing and it was innocent or things of that nature. Everything was coincident. Let's put it that way. Everything was coincidental. I had just put up a video where I was at the gas station according to others, what most would say would be helpless at the gas station. So they don't ever, you always see Jennifer pumping that gas, or they don't ever go nowhere and ask for full service. In all of their vlogs, they get out and they pump their own gas. You know what I'm saying? She gets out and she pumps her gas. So why is it in this scenario, coincidentally, right after I had just posted a vlog, would this come up where it's like, oh, I'm helpless. Okay, even if there was some sort of meme or some sort of, TikTok thing going on at that time, again, I personally felt like it was a low blow because coincidentally, I had just released a vlog in that circumstance. So I never heard of a TikTok where people go to gas stations and act helpless. I didn't know that because my video was legit and it was authentic. I went to the gas station. My husband pumps my gas all the time. I'm not a gas pumping chick. And I didn't even know how to open my gas tank. You know what I'm saying? So that was my situation. So like I said, maybe it was just a coincidence that she just so happened to make or take a jab or make a joke out of a situation that I had just recently gone through. Let's let y'all have that right there, okay? Let me see. The Fiji water was something else you guys felt like I was reaching. Maybe she just only had access to Fiji water. This woman goes to CVS and will curse out everybody if she have to pay 8 cents for toilet paper. Okay, there's no way she's gonna pay almost $3 for a bottle of water. She don't even want to pay that for tissue to wipe her and her kids' arse, right? This woman will literally go to CVS and get mad that she have to pay 86 cents for about 8 items. So, on that one right there, we just gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I don't see her specifically saying, I'm finna go and purchase, a $3 bottle of water. There was an event where I think her son was having a party or something of that nature. She didn't even want to buy a case of water. A case of water was only gonna be what, $4? Maybe $5 for a 24 pack. She didn't want to do that. Okay, so that's why I say I don't see her as the type to buy individual bottles that cost the amount that she could have paid for 24, and she didn't want to spend that for 24. So why would she spend that on one? And when did she start drinking Fiji water? Others of you talking about her drinking the Don Julio. You guys said that, her husband introduced that to her. Lies. She clearly said he is now officially a 1942 Don Julio drinker. And this guy has said on numerous times that he's not a drinker. And she has said that he's not a drinker. So I don't know why he would be a heavy Don Julio guy. So I find that to be incorrect. I do feel like I stand corrected that, yes, she did start drinking the tequila and the Don Julio from watching my vlogs. And I'm just going to keep that at that. That's going to stay solidified, y'all, okay? You guys, I'm going to show y'all just a few clips of me and my terminology from where I'm from. I'm from Miami, 305 Dade County, baby, okay? That's where I was born and raised, in the county of Dade, right? So we say fi. Whenever something is good, we say fi. That nothing bun cake was fi? Oh my God. I'm still chewing it even though I'm done. This fi. This thing fi, y'all. We don't say fire, okay? Oh, that's fire. We don't say that. We say it's fa, okay? That's our slang. So, some of you were questioning, okay, or noticing that in a lot of my videos, you would hear me say, oh, that's fa, that's fa, that's fa. It is, okay? That means it's good. That means it's the shizzdickles, okay? And I really like it. And I know one young lady said that, I think she get that from her husband. I don't think he gets that from, she gets that from him, because a lot of you heard him say it or reference it on one of her vlogs recently. He gets that from Gina, okay? And Gina gets that from me. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of early on when I feel like she tried to introduce it to her kids. And we're going to take a look at that clip right here. Check this out.
What do y'all say? Drip. Mm-hmm. What do y'all say if y'all see somebody with a nice outfit?
Well, that's five.
Five?
And in this next clip, you will see Gina is now starting to say five.
And that's what we have at the house, is the Texas Roadhouse butter, right?
Yeah, that cinnamon butter.
That's cinnamon butter.
I put some of that stuff out for Reno one time, or a couple times.
Fire.
So when it comes to the terminology, you guys, Gina did not get this from her husband. Gina introduced it to her husband, just like she introduced him to Don Julio, and just like she introduced him to sharing calories. And it's just, like I say, there's just a lot of coincidences of similarities when it comes to this, this woman in my life, okay? All right, so I am going to address some of the comments, you guys, and shout out to each and every one of you who, you know, sent comments, and those of you who sent well wishes and who were very concerned about me. Let's go ahead and look at some of these comments, okay? Says, wow, I do follow Gina, and as of today, I am now following you. I have to be honest, you brought up some interesting points, and the receipt speaks for themselves. I definitely think the lack of acknowledgement on Gina's part is the issue. We know that content creators follow other content creators and get ideas for certain things. It doesn't hurt to give a shout out, but I honestly don't think Gina will do that with you, and it's not fair to smaller channels. I pray your channel continues to grow organically and the right people will see you and follow you. Peace and blessings. Girl, when I say well said and thank you, I really truly appreciate that. That was very well put. Again, it is the fact that I felt like I should have been acknowledged. If you're going to take that much of my life, then yes, you should acknowledge and, you know, speak on where it is that you're getting it from, because it does get disrespectful. That's how I feel. I felt disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm just going to take your cookies. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to happen over here. All right. Says, I'm cutting back on red meat, but I was grocery shopping this morning and came across some organic ground lamb. It made me think of your lamb burgers, and they were a huge hit with the family. Thanks for introducing me to lamb. We really enjoyed it. Oh, you guys are loving the lamb burgers. So many of you have reached out saying that you were going to try lamb burgers, y'all. Shout out to y'all, okay? Shout out to each and every one of you, and I really, truly appreciate it, okay? Thank you very, very much. Says, this is my first time watching you. Your personality is everything. Thank you, okay? It's authentic too. It's really me. Thank you, and shout out to you, and thank you so much for tuning in, okay? She says, new subscriber, just popped up on my TV in my algorithm in here. Like your comment so far. Tuned in. I'm 50 and up club as well. She's 55. So shout out to the 50 team, 50 period. Says you definitely can't argue with receipts. I appreciate your transparency and genuine spirit. If you had a rabbit, she would cook it. Real always wins. Be blessed. Y'all, when I say I was on the floor when I read that, when she said if you had a rabbit, she would cook it, I was rolling. For those of you who don't know, she was referencing a movie from the 80s, which was called Fatal Attraction. If y'all haven't watched it, it's all over the place. Y'all could go find it and watch it, but y'all know what it is. I thought that was the funniest comment ever. I was like, OMG, that is too funny. Okay, and says it's creepy for sure, but we can think positive about it and say that you've inspired and influenced her to have a better life. I mean, the jabs at first wasn't called for, but all the health choices she's copying is actually not a bad thing. It'll be good if she can just give other YouTubers shout outs instead of acting like she just came up with it on her own or she's been doing it for years. LOL, there's some mental issues there for sure. I can say shout out to you, okay? Like I said, the fact that for somebody to take that much, okay, of your content and not shout you out is disrespectful. Now, if you watch my YouTube and you see a top, okay, let's say this top I'm wearing right here. One of y'all know that y'all seen me wear this, okay? I think y'all saw me wear the white one and y'all went and bought it and introduced it to your audience. I'm not gonna say who it is, okay? Because you know who you are, right? Like I said, I could pull up some receipts on YouTube, boo. But anywho, yeah, after y'all saw me wear it, you went and purchased it and introduced it, did a whole haul to your on your vlog. So yeah, that was okay. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you take that much, I feel like Gina takes at least 90% of my content and sporadically places it in her vlogs. And to me, that's when it becomes just a level of disrespect. It's no longer I'm influenced by you, it's now I'm stealing from you. So that's where the line gets drawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no longer being influenced. I'm actually stealing from you. And that's when it's not cool. Okay. Hold on. Let me see who's next. Shout out to Planet Mimi. Planet Mimi actually did a poll and she asked, what do you guys think? Okay. Coincidence or copy loan cat? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure, but 19% said, it's just a coincidence. And 81% said copy loan cat. Okay, so, you know, like I said, majority rules. All right, shout out to y'all. I thank y'all for, you know, understanding, and shout out to Planet Mimi for introducing this to her audience and, you know, taking that poll. Okay. Next one says, so sorry this happened to you. Did not know this was happening from the thick bestie. You have every right to be upset. This is some weird-ish. Glad I know. You just gained a new subby since this where everything came from anywhere. You know what I mean? Thank you for sharing. So shout out to you, okay? Thank you so much to everybody who went in and just took what they saw and whatever you got from it, whether it was a coincidence to you, whether you felt like I was reaching, or whether you guys felt like, dang, Gina, you doing this girl dirty. You know what I'm saying? Either way, because that was a long video and I appreciate each and every one of you for literally taking the time to watch it, because you guys were like messaging me throughout the entire, like every 15 minutes. Oh my God, I just got to the part about this. Oh my God, that's crazy. At first I thought it was like a coincidence, but no, this is getting insane. And like you guys were messaging me throughout watching. Well, let me finish watching it. Let me finish watching it. And some of you will be like, sis, I feel like you reaching, but let me finish watching it. And then in the end, y'all like, ooh, girl, the receipts are receding. So shout out to you, okay? Who else do we have? I had a friend like this. This issue was, the issue, I guess, was she would copy and then pretend as if it was an original idea. It was so bad that she went and got an identical tattoo. She didn't show me, as best friends would do. I had to notice it and it was creepy. For 20 years, she copied everything down to the way I spoke. I had to back away. It was very weird and imitation. It's not flattering, okay? Be original, be you. And if you don't know who that is, spend time with yourself to figure that out. I thought that was a very powerful message. Be original, okay? Because people will pick up when you are not authentic. People will pick up when you are not real and when you are not sincere. So, you know, for everybody who had to experience this as well, y'all, shout out to you. I'm glad you were able to get through it and, you know, get past it and recognize it, because there's a lot of people who don't recognize this. You know what I'm saying? They're going through it, but they don't understand what it is that's happening. And there's a darker side to this, okay? This just popped up on my YouTube. I watch Gina all the time, but this is wild. I'm so glad you came with receipts. You know exactly what you're talking about. I understand being inspired by someone, but taking all their content is a no. Okay, so bad girl is what they're saying. Okay, so shout out to you and thank you so much for that comment. She says she's trying to destiny swap with you. It's quite common these days. She may have went to a spiritual advisor that is doing the destiny swapping. If she went to the spiritual advisor or witch for prosperity, they could have just tried to swap destinies with you because of your light or success. Usually the spiritual advisors knows both people and their clients don't even know their destiny are swapped or being intertwined. The devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. Stay prayed up. Gina may not even know, but if she's intentionally doing this, she is obsessed with you and crazy AF. Okay, so now we're taking this to a whole other level, all right? And this part of it I will be discussing in my live, destiny swapping. It is a serious thing, and if you have never heard of it, I strongly suggest that you Google it. When people are jealous of your life, when people want your life, a lot of times they can wish and pray. And we know, Gina keeps a manifestation list in her phone of things that she wants. And the minute she puts something in that phone that somebody else has, she's going to continue. Like she said, I will focus on it as if I have it already. That's some strong magic right there. That is what we call witchcraft.
That's how you manifest that. You speak it into existence. Ladies, you are one decision away from having the destiny, the dream life, living the life of luxury that you want and that you so desire. You are one decision away. Make the right decision.
There's a thin line between I wish, or it's a goal of mine, to where you're now destiny swapping with people. That's pretty much it, you guys. So I really want to just seal this chapter, close this off. I'm moving forward with my life. Okay, I have my life back, right? And this right here was a part of me taking my life back. I do not care to address Gina, even if she were to respond or anything of that nature, y'all. This is dead to me. This situation is dead to me right now. Like, there's nothing more for me to say in regards to this. It's just I wanted to clarify some things as to, why I said certain things and why I brought up certain scenarios. And let me tell you guys something. I gave y'all about 25% of the receipts that I had because it was a lot. And I had to narrate. Y'all, that video was almost 4 hours long. I had to break it down to just 1 hour and 55 minutes, okay? I didn't give y'all all the receipts, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I didn't give y'all heavier receipts is because I know that this woman has kids, and I know that she has kids that are at an age to where they can, they check out the internet. And I felt like woman to woman, mother to mother, wife to wife, I wouldn't want it to go that deep. You know what I'm saying? I literally kept it on the surface for a reason. I didn't want it to go that deep. But it's like, I can't care about you and you don't give a fuck about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I made several warnings in my vlogs where I said, if you're plagiarizing, if you're copying my content, cut it out before I expose you. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all a small clip of me saying that once or twice right here. Check this out. It's people who watch you. It's people who watch you that you got the envy, you got the jealousy, and you got the people who want your life. And next thing what happens is you find yourself looking at other people do what you used to. I see people who come and take parts of me ever since I've been vlogging. And next thing you know, I'm not going to the gym like I used to. 50 million things come up, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I used to go on dates with my husband every day. And now all of a sudden I'm in one state, we're no longer going on dates, but I'm watching you go on dates all the time. You need to seal your aura because people are seeping in through the cracks in your aura and they're harvesting you. They're taking your blessings. They're taking your life force. They're taking your energy. They're taking everything. But it's real out here. Okay? A lot of these content creators and influencers are really energy harvesters, okay? In a new form because they watch you. They tune into you faithfully and then they steal you. They take who you are and they try to become it. God told me talk to them, sorry, because they listening. They listening. Y'all need to get some help. You're not happy with who you are. Your self-love is on zero. It's on negative. Not just me you're doing this to. You're doing this to a lot of people. I'm just the bitch that's going to defend us. And all of you who taking bits and pieces of me, run that back to me. Run that back. So as you guys can see, there were warnings, okay? We're talking about over 1.5 years of warnings, okay? Of cut it out. It don't feel good. And I said that it does not feel good to watch people steal from you and dangle it in your face. Like, I took this from you, I got it now. It doesn't feel good. And like I said, when I started to lose the things that I saw her taking, that's why I stopped watching her. Because I'm like, if I would have kept watching her, who knows what else she actually took that I would have like lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, this is some serious stuff. I don't know how to explain it on that darker level. But this is some serious stuff out here, and you all need to stay prayed up that you're not a victim to this type of situation. This can happen in the workplace when someone wants your position. You know what I'm saying? People will prey upon you if you fall weak or if you are weak. And like I said, Gina's not the only one. She the one who did the most. I don't know, because there's another one who's kind of doing the most too. It's kind of like Gina's probably, I would say Gina did the most. Okay, Gina did the most, but there's another one who's not too far behind her, and that one has a little bit more subscribers than Gina. Well, a lot more, so probably double Gina's subscribers. And a lot of you think that Gina get a lot of this stuff from her, but she's actually watching my channel too, allegedly, and have not said anything about me, have not said anything to me, but are constantly watching my channel and taking my content, everything that I say. Because remember, I go live and I do vlogs. When I go live, I give a lot of information in my lives. So they're taking all the information from my lives and they're literally regurgitating it on their channel, on their vlog, talking about health, talking about going to get your blood work done, talking about, you know, a lot of them did support, you know, black owned, but if I show you guys a vlog that I did where I started talking about, let's see who support black owned, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them after that, I say certain things and I'll see they'll do it right after. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden it's, oh, support black owned. Oh, I want black owned this. Oh, I want black owned that. You know, a lot of this stuff, y'all, you will be surprised at who's watching who. Okay, who's watching whom? And then all they do is like a circle and they, you know, this one watch that one, but they don't even know that all of them, what do you have in common? What is it that all of you have in common? All of you are watching Siren, okay? I'm not getting nothing from y'all because I'm literally, as I watch y'all, I'm watching everything I done did already. I have nothing to watch, you know? So, you know, there are others that I may address. You know, I already have the receipts, so I ain't got to worry about you wiping your videos. I already got the receipts, okay? It's just about me putting everything together and, you know, continuing this. But I will continue this not just for me, but for other smaller platforms that, that are being plagiarized, okay? I'm not subscribed to Gina. I will not be checking out any more of her videos to bring up any more receipts. This is where this is going to end right here. Okay, so for those of you who have subscribed to the channel, you are going to be seeing my vlogs, my lives, and I appreciate you guys for your subscriptions. Also, you guys mentioned you like the music on my channel. There's something you guys should know. Every song that you hear on my vlog is me. I wrote it. I recorded it. It is my music because I don't want to use the music of other artists. That's their creativity, you guys. These people make this music to make money. And for us, well, not us, and for content creators to just use it all willy-nilly for their content, it's like, you know, and it is what it is. But coming from an artist perspective, it's like, yo, I respect art. I have a major respect for art, okay? So yes, thank you guys for enjoying the music on my vlogs, you guys. Yes, every song you hear on my vlog is my song that I wrote and I recorded as well. Some of it I recorded professionally, some of it I didn't record it professionally. So some of them will be loud and, you know, pure and good, and some of them may be a little more muted and, you know, things that I had a great time, you know, recording music and being in the studio. And, you know, I've worked in some of the biggest studios. Shout out to my husband, always had me in the best studios, you guys, recording where Whitney Houston recorded, Trick Daddy, Rick Ross, Beyonce, Destiny's Child, Jay-Z, okay, Kanye West, Lil Wayne. So I will be uploading like my music videos. I will be uploading them to this channel as well, and you will see it under music. So, you know, shout out to y'all. I'm like old school. So if you like old school 90s R&B, that's the type of R&B it is. It's none of this new stuff. No, I don't know none of that, okay? So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna close this out right here. I thank you guys for tuning in once again, and I appreciate all of your comments. I really, truly do. I thank you for your support from the bottom of my heart. I'm telling you, I got y'all and y'all got me. Y'all showed me so much love. The women, my women, y'all came through for me on this. Oh my God. Y'all came through for me on this. Thank you. Y'all, when we come together, honey, we can move mountains. I've seen God work through all of you, through all of your comments, all of your likes, all of your views. I've seen God work through each and every one of you, and I salute you, baby. I thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you guys well as well. I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all. They not used to these goddess vibes, honey. Oh my God, the girlies are all up and through. Siren, where all my gems at? He wants to bite it. He hears the siren, but he's no psychic. I tell him what it is I want, he goes and buys it. Siren, you're the one with the moon and sun, loving on the run, can't hide it. I want you to stay with me. Been there since day one, like the roots were strong, guiding lights along. Heard the call, I'm on it, don't ever leave. I love who we are. Oh baby, I love who we are. Me up when I'm rocking my candy pants. He loves the way